What is going on, Herd? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today we're going to be revisiting the Does It Drift video series, where we purchase vehicles in-game, build those cars up to drift spec, and then test the cars rigorously to see if they have the ability to be drift cars. Today is a new one to GTA Online, as we look at the Vapid Ellie? The Vapid Ellie. So, will you show me red, I get red, that's how we do it? Nah, wherever, doesn't matter. Now this car is a curious factor. Now this car is a curious one simply because they got a big burnout picture of it on the loading screen there, the advertisement screen when you're loading into GTA Online. You see it, you're doing a big burnout. All right. So another troll by Rockstar, or actually a decent drift car getting added into the game. Let's give this thing a shot. All right, and it's here for us. So let's see what this beast is. I mean, is it obviously as clear? Is it clear? Is it safe to say this thing is modeled after a Mustang? My goodness. I mean, seems like nowadays you can never get away with saying anything. Ooh, this thing might have a little potential too. So clearly rear-wheel drive. Let's. All right. So let's see what we got for customizations on this thing. I don't do armor. I don't do brakes. That's just how my drift spec is. Looks like we are going to have kind of a big fat front lip on it. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't really like the look of that. Engine, we are going to have to upgrade that, plain and simple. We got to do it. Side, just because of the exhaust, it just doesn't look, alright. Big muscle car. Definitely American muscle at its finest there, with a big old blower coming out of the hood. I don't think I'm going to do any of that nonsense, though. What's the difference between just stock and right there? A little bit difference in the hood. I'll take the little different hood. Oh, horn, lights, livery. What do we got for liveries? I'm interested. The classic. Kind of more of a rally look to it. Don't tell me they're trying to market this thing as a rally car. We know how the rally cars have performed on the drift track. I am going to go with this. Lost and Theft, respray. I go with a nice metallic. Digging that right there. Go with that. What do we got for pearlescent though? Just leave it alone. Keep it like that. I think that looks nice. So we will lower it down. Get a little more slide in our action. So we will lower it down. I'm just going to drop it all the way. Why not? Transmission, got to do it. Turbo, probably going to have to do it as well. Wheels. I think we're going to keep the muscle look on this thing. I'm going to go with those revolvers there. I think the last time I ran those revolvers was back on the Porsche. The old Retro Comet. Kind of fits the look though, doesn't it? I think we're going to do it. Leave that alone. Windows. We'll throw a little tint on the windows. And that's it. That's our build right there. So not really too expensive when it all came down to it. And of course, the most expensive thing was the performance. This thing looks mean too. Most curious to see if this thing stances. Of course, we did take it to the Ebisu School Course. Every single time I do one of these Does It Drifts, I always check out, yeah, what's going to be fun? Let's do something new. Let's do something fresh. I always end up coming back to the Ebisu School Course. Don't know what it is about. Well, I do know exactly what it is about it, actually. It tests everything it can do, or anything, whatever. No smoke thus far up front there. Alright. Good up front. Let's see how we do here in the back. And we got one of them good stancers right here. One of them ones that makes it easy on you in the free mode. Something that's not going to kill you. Now let's see if this thing has that grip factor that we're not liking in the drift scene here. It has been pretty relevant or pretty prevalent, either one of those words, in the Grand Theft Auto drip feed car. I don't even, is this a drip feed car? Alright, come on now. Let's get it. What's this car even doing? Well, it definitely doesn't, it does speed boost glitch, like the clutch kick, whatever you call it, but it doesn't burn out when it does it. It doesn't have enough power to burn out, which isn't quite characteristic of a full-built American muscle car now. Come on, now you should be burning out getting into third gear. See what I mean, though? There's just no... It even has, like, a weird slow... I don't know. Like, slows you down. I don't know. It's definitely not a good drift car, that's for sure. Let's see if she single gear drifts. This car is really weird. Very unique handling line. Nothing like it quite... Yeah, definitely nothing quite like this in GTA thus far. Alright, well, unfortunately this thing doesn't drift under the standards that we're looking to drift. It even has a weird, like, slowdown thing. I don't even know how to explain it. So let's just give this thing a grade. I mean, it does... I mean, does it even deserve a grade? I guess let's give it a grade just for old time's sake here. It's been a bit since we've done a Does It Drift. Cost, first off. It was it 600,000 or 500,000? Either or. It was, you know, it was relatively affordable for what GTA or Rockstar have been offering us here recently. And, yeah, it's kind of refreshing to see that. The whole issue here is we need to keep in mind that we're testing under a drifting standard. So, of that cost, what are you getting out for drifting? You're not getting a dang thing for drifting. I mean, even the single gear drifting was very weird. I don't know, maybe you like the handbrake sliding and doing all that nonsense, but that's about the closest thing you're going to get to a drift right back there. And maybe, yeah, that was a drift. Maybe you can count that as a drift in your definition of drifting, but you definitely aren't going to be linking that up to another drift right afterwards. So now, example, going over here, see how it just craps out on you right away. It doesn't have enough ammo in there. It doesn't have enough good under the hood to get going. So the whole factor here, guys, is the cost. I have to give it like a 1, a 2. Now, if you're looking at it just for a car to have in your garage and something cool, I mean, yeah, it looks great. It's a cool looking car. But that's not worth keeping in account here. So I'm going to give it a 2, just for the benefit of the doubt here. It's got a little bit of slide, but it's not a drift car in any way, shape, or form. It's going to bring us into driftability, and the driftability is the main reason why the cost is so terrible. There isn't any driftability. I'm going to give it a 1 here, just because, like we said, you can kind of do like little burnouts, handbrake slide, power slide, and then you're done. You can go. You got to speed back up and get into another one. You know, that's not drifting in my opinion. Although you can count that as drifting, I don't. So the fact of the matter here, guys, is I have to give it a 1 there. So that's a cumulative score of 3 so far out of 20 available points, and that brings us into the final form of efficiency. Well, although it stances up nice, and it will get some points for that, just simply because you can stance it up in free mode and not have to worry about blowing it up once or twice every time you're thinking or trying to get her going. Mainly the whole factor with this is you can stance it up in free mode and not have to constantly be worrying about, is it going to smoke, or is it going to blow up, or am I going to have to call this thing in? It stances up normally, easily. So that's one thing it has going for it, but this is all it has going for it in the drift factors, like these little burnout things. So the whole thing here, guys, is what I want is to be able to link a drift track and be able to go a little bit faster in my drift than this. I gotta go, and I gotta only give it a 2 or a 3 here for the efficiency. Again, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and give it a 3. So that's gonna be a total out of 6 of 30 available points. So if you're talking in the drift aspect of this car here with the Vapid Ellie, I gotta tell you, homies and homettes, I would lead away from getting this thing. We are going to sell this car since I don't really have any reason of keeping this thing in the garage, so I'm going to show you what you can get back out of it once you spend all your money. The car's got some pretty good acceleration. We got up here pretty quick, but low top speed. Just bogging out here. Oh. And that's gonna hurt the value there. 395,000. So I feel like I'm probably getting about half my money back there, maybe even a little less than half. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos. If you're sharing the videos, if you're not sharing the videos, please share the videos. It helps greatly. And I appreciate you for doing that, if you are doing that. If you're not doing that, god damn it, start doing it. All right, as always, guys, hope y'all stay happy, stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.